played Battle for the Grid, this time with DLC. This should be fun, mostly because we finally have characters. So, that's exciting. Live stream has begun. Let's wait for it to hit YouTube so I can tweet it out and we can get started. I'm doing a live stream at a different time of day than usual. No one's watching, so I'm just talking to myself. It should be fun. Hopefully. Alright. Hello, Kamen Jones. I want a shout out. Well, here's your shout out, Kamen Jones. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Should be fun. Thanks for being the first one here and the first one to comment. Always a good time. And we're gonna have hopefully some fun with the game today. And that is the plan if everything cooperates, which this being a Sony console, who knows? But it should be fun regardless. So, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into training mode because I have not had a chance to touch the movesets of Trey and Jen.
Training of Triforia. Jen.
Thank you, Kamen Jones. Thank you for liking my channel. Appreciate it. So we finally have the two new characters to try out, which is Trey of Triforia, the Zeo Gold Ranger, and Jen Scott's the Time Force Pink Ranger. We didn't have any new characters for a couple weeks on PlayStation, so this is definitely an exciting time. Kamen Jones, thank you for liking Power Rangers, because that's what I do a lot of on this channel. Hello, Orville Joe Connection Jr. How are you? I'm doing really well. I was kind of frustrated earlier when I found the characters on the PlayStation Store because, whichever reason, there was no way to get them with the Season Pass. But I'm doing much better now. Luckily, reply to my tweet, they said, hey, we're working on it this evening. Just under an hour ago, they said saying they're ready to go, and here we are. So I'm very happy. Overall, I think that I've been very much a little bit frustrated with the PlayStation 4 player with this game. Done. I think a lot of it comes from Sony. I feel like a lot of it is on the Sony side. But what can we do? Now we have one. We don't want to play this right now.
You and I have some unfinished business.
Or really like to love Power Rangers too. I love Power Rangers and I love fighting games, which is why I love this game so much. And why I want to support it, and when I'm excited. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but anticipation pays off eventually. How are you? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. One more shout out. Come on, guys. One more. That's the shout out. So, since we got a couple people in the chat here, how about you guys let me know what you think of the game, or if you're favorite discuss characters, that's all kinds of cool stuff. I am loving Jen right now. She is amazing with the rush downs. Probably not good on block. Let's get some. Let's go straight.
You're under arrest. Hold it right there.
Push a super.
Eat fire!
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so she takes a lot of damage quickly.
Not gonna happen.
She's really fast. She takes a lot of damage. She has an air dash. That's good.
You're not supposed to be.
Ooh. Alright. Here. Let's do some enemies. Let's do CPU. Let's do normal.
You and I have some unfinished business.
Becoming quiet. Do my good old adjustment, because I think all I need to do here. Let me know how that sounds. Appreciate Ryan Dark643 in the chat. He was going to be on the stream, but somebody wouldn't let him update his console. Orville, your first season of Power Rangers Samurai? That's one of the seasons that I think like designates a new era of fans. It kind of was a big point of hype and for the franchise with Saban having his back. So it's pretty nice. I think the seasons that probably have the most amount of people coming into them are Mighty Morphin, Ninja Storm, and Samurai, and Beast Morphers. I'd probably throw in that too. So it's like whenever we have like a new era, things just tend to bring in new people because there is newness going on. You have a morpher, it's a little quiet. Come on, Jones, I'm not exactly sure what your question is.
You and I have some unfinished.
Let me switch that audio again. Because hearing me is half of the party here. If you want just straight gameplay and not my commentary, that works too, but, you know, otherwise there's really no point in me streaming personally. But alright, let's go into the arcade mode, because that's where I kind of like to get a good feel for characters as they fight a variety of opponents. Let's do Trey's. I do not like that secondary color.
Trey of Triphoria.
Do not lower it more? Okay. Let's get good old back then. Once I get to a pause screen, I think I'll balance it. It's coming in very low on my end now. So if I have trouble hearing it, then I miss a lot of the audio cues in the game. That throws me off.
It's time for a gold rush.
With the
Yeah, that
power
is
of
coming a little
snow.
too quiet now.
3, 2, 1.
Pause. Alright, audio settings. Let's bump it back here.
Fight.
Alright. So it feels like Trey is like a very quick, like kind of rush down character. A lot of fighting communities comparing him to yeah, a lot of John Talbane from Darkstalkers. Especially since he's got like a crazy screen dash like that. What kind of Power Ranger stuff do you have? Because I want more from any kind. I have a lot of Power Ranger stuff, but it is all still my personal collection. I spent a long time collecting Ranger stuff for most of my life. Don't really giveaways in the typical sense of I don't just give things to people that just ask for it. Unfair to a lot of people. I'm planning to do some giveaways in the future with some items and some other things. I have a few ideas in the works, so keep an eye out as always. Ryan asks, so thoughts on the SDCC MCU news? I'm very, very excited for Phase 4. It's got a lot of great focus on characters that I love, like Doctor Strange and Wanda, which is awesome. There's finally feels like Wanda's getting her due, so pretty awesome. Orville, RIP Peter Rudder. Yeah, it's one of those things that people take for granted always. Is like you have, you know, actors that have done something significant, and you know, when they pass, it's sad, but you also know that they're immortalized forever in their work, and that we'll always be able to enjoy the character of Udana because of her. So I certainly like playing as Udana in this game, and I'm really happy she's here, and I hope, you know, she gets some more focus. I feel like as a character she doesn't get that much attention. Alright. Why are you being so difficult? Oh, that's a great EX super there. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of characters. That energy bolt seems a little slow for Trey. Like a lot of his stuff is really good, but that energy blast. Yeah, that's like a lot of startup frame on that. It's nice and show accurate. Yeah, I agree, Orville. It would have been nice to see her have more presence as a ranger. It is pretty cool that she was the first Mystic Force ranger we saw in the show, which kind of gives her a lot of distinction as being like, you know, one of the first rangers we saw that season. And you know, she got to have a few fights at the beginning and the end. I did appreciate that they gave her a whole side story in one of the comic book annuals, and I kind of hope that we'll see more of her in the future, maybe through the comics or through other media. Like, for example, Battle for the Grid here. I think it's a great way for people to learn about a character they may not have known about. As Mystic Force was one of those seasons that like pretty much only aired on Toon Disney in a lot of areas. So I know a lot of people didn't watch it when it aired, and some people may just kind of skip over it for now. Just because of the placement it is in the timeline. So, very, very fun stuff. Come on, Jones. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your viewership a lot. Mystic Force in your top 10, Orville. Yeah, I agree. I think for me, like, Mystic Force is one of those seasons that I did not watch when it first aired, and I was kind of like, I didn't know if I liked the magic theme or not. But eventually, like, when I did start to see episodes of it when it would rerun on Toon Disney, I was like, wow, this season's really good. And then when they released the DVD set, since I did the Shout Factory 20 years helmet set for Power Rangers, and I watched it full, I was like, wow, I really love this season. I'm not sure where I place it because I haven't done like a ranking list in a while. But I do really like Mystic Force a lot. Orville, so you think Time Force is a missed season? I can see where you come from, because Time Force for me I find to have a lot more... I find it to be kind of a weird Power Rangers season. It has a lot more tropes that are similar to, say, soap operas or just drama series, as opposed to like the normal Power Rangers kind of action show. So it kind of does like feel like an outlier in a way. But for that reason, I do really enjoy it as like a sci-fi series, more so than the Power Rangers series. But I love Jen Scott. She's probably, I'd say she's probably my favorite Time Force Ranger, I think. Out of all six, Quantum Ranger's number 2 for sure. Yes, I'm really happy. Command, I like Ninja Steel. I don't think I like Ninja Steel per se. I don't hate it as much as other people do. I just found the season for me didn't really click with me, and I find it to be somewhat boring, if that makes any sense. While they did some cool stuff, I always felt like it never really got to the heights it should have. There was a lot of great things introduced that didn't really pan out. Orville, you don't like time travel stories? That's fair. Personally, I love time travel and dimension hopping and multiverses. That's just my wheelhouse. Gunpowder MMA. Online, it still isn't working. Yeah, I've been having issues with online. I think one of the problems with the PlayStation Online is a low player base. With Xbox and Switch having a connected pool, that's kind of allowing for more players to show up, but on PlayStation it's a lot more restrictive because there's just less people that have the game on the system, and with all the stuff with the way that like Sony handles their DLC thing, they I think they have hurt the game's player base too, because people are tired of waiting and switch consoles. That's entirely my opinion there. I think Sony should definitely look into crossplay for games. Okay, Jen's big trouble. So yeah, Orville, I need a lot of the Legacy line. Is that Bandai's Legacy line or Power Rangers Lightning Collection? For me, after a certain point I got tired of Legacy figures, because I felt like Bandai was kind of sort of taking the approach of, well, we don't have to put as much effort in them because people will buy them anyways, and I never liked that mentality from people, for companies at least. I think the figure-wise, I got kind of tired of it, but I thought their roleplay stuff was great. Their morphers and weapons are fantastic. Zords were pretty good. They fixed a lot of the issues with them. I didn't buy as many of the Zords later on because they got more expensive, and I already had the original versions, so I didn't really see a need to buy some of them. But they did do some really solid work. And yeah, basically, I think that Bandai did a really good job with their weapons and morphers. Not as much with the figures. Gunpowder MMA won't even let me in ranked. I think that's probably due to something going on with the Sony servers, because Ryan was saying that, or actually still continuing, he's been trying to update his system, and it hasn't been letting him, so the server may be down, which would be causing a problem. I'm going to probably try out online and see if I'm having similar issues in a bit. So, that's that. We've got, Gold Ranger versus Gold Ranger. This should be fun.
2, 1.
Jeez. Arcade mode's kind of weird because the scaling happened, like the online scaling happened a lot. Alright, come on, Jones. I said somebody's lying. Who's lying? Generic statements lead to a lot of confusion and speculation in the world. So,
You're under arrest.
Tyrannosaurus!
I've got you.
how is there two Jasons? There technically isn't two Jasons. There is Trey as Gold Ranger, and then Jason as Red Ranger. Demon Jones Gunpowder is lying. In what way is he lying? These people in my chat, I don't appreciate that, so please, if you have an actual grievance, I would like to hear it, but if it's just going to be Jason's accusations, then I don't appreciate that behavior here. This fight's not going well for me so far. Ouch. There we go. Teaming up the Goldar. I gotta say, I really like the arcade mode in this game because it's a lot more random. Orville, I'm collecting the Japanese Ranger keys. Japanese Ranger keys are super fun. I find that they're harder to collect because of a lot of the premium Bandai releases and a lot of things. So it's kind of it's complicated, but best of luck. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Gamond, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you a free morpher. I don't appreciate e-begging. That's not fair to anybody. If you have to unsubscribe for that, sorry. Thank you for being here. If your subscription is hanging on the if I'm going to give you free stuff or not, then by all means, move about your day. Thank you. Trey for you. Stand down now, Goldar. We are here to do away with your master's evil, but you can still save yourself. You're outnumbered. Surrender or be destroyed, foolish ranger. Then I will do what must be done. Orville, if you're looking for a list of the ranger keys, go check out, or if you're trying to get all the ranger keys, go check out import sites, different things. Try eBay. Ranger Board has a good marketplace section. Same with Tokyo Nation. So check around there. It's gonna be tricky because some of them are going to be Anitoy Gashapon releases, and those are a little bit harder to come by. But keep at it, and you can get them. There's a lot. A lot of the premium Bandai ones ended up being more of the specialty ones, like movie ones or Metal Heroes or whatnot. whereas a lot of the retail releases in Gashapon were main Sentai teams. So keep that in mind. There is a big old box that featured a lot of them. Oh, you got 103 Ranger teams. That's a good start. Like that really is a good start to a collection, because that's covering basically just about half the Rangers, roughly, that they had, because they were always advertising 199 heroes. So yeah, best of luck finding the rest of them. I once was in that game. I picked up all the Bandai of America keys, but I did not finish the Japanese set. I might one day go back to get the preview Sentai and Die Ranger to kind of finish off that side of the collection, which kind of makes something unique. Yeah, some of the Ranger Keys set movie editions. Yeah, those sets are pretty good. I think a lot of the later Ranger Keys are really nice, and a lot of that nice premium paint job. I didn't like the ones that were stickers from the Gashapon sets. Those weren't fun. I don't know why they did that. It's annoying that there's a bunch of them that are exclusive to have to get them stickered or nothing, because when you go to find them on the aftermarket, stickers can be torn, they don't stick anymore. Stickers will be missing if they never had them. Like I have a Chained Mermaid that doesn't have the sticker at all. So that's the kind of thing that comes with that. Oh, I gotta be careful here, I'm gonna lose to a Mastodon Trooper. Ooh, Orville, you complete 16. Which 16s have you completed? I'm curious to find out. I must deal with the true villain here. Don't ask me why I made Trey sound like Ninjor.
How about I even up the score?
Alright, time to fight Ranger Slayer. Which also should lead to Lord Draken knowing in this game, because a lot of these arcade modes play somewhat similar, but... Oh, this is fun. Ranger Slayer with 3 bars, 2 Mastodon Troopers. I got Gossager, Cow Ranger, Go Busters, Counter to O's, Shinkenger, and Abba Ranger. Those are all really good sets. I love the O's keys. Those are one of my favorite things, because it's like a nice crossover item that's not just like, oh look, he stuck a, Sentai logo on a, Q-Tama, or a Rider head on a Q-Tama or something like that. So I do like those kind of crossovers that took it a step further. Like, look, we made keys for every, main combo for O's, so that the whole team could use them. And I like how they used them in the movie, so I wish they could get a little bit more play than just, oh, let's use it for the giant cannon. Yeah, for me, I have a lot of random keys too. That's just the nature of the keys.
Lights of Orion!
Alright. Sorry if I go silent, it's just because I like this. Orville, you got all 3 Legacy helmets, that's awesome. Are you planning to get the White Ranger helmet from Hasbro? I'm curious, because that's like similar styling, but it is, a different company, so I'm curious if you're planning on that. Does not sound like Mike. Well, it is Cal Haber playing Mike, the Magna Defenders, like a lot of the dialogue fits him. Aside from the part where he just yells lights for Ryan when he switches, which is just weird. But I do really like it. It kind of gives him, similar vibe, but not the exact same voice. Like, he's not trying to imitate Russell Lawrence's voice. He's kind of giving his own take on the character, which I think is very important, because imitation voices always tend to sound cheap and tacky, whereas, hey, I'm doing my own kind of version of this character, tends to sound a lot better, I think, in the long run.
You're not supposed to be.
Alright, cool, you are planning to get the White Ranger helmet. That's awesome. I thought that was a great reveal from Hasbro. And I did like how, it's a straight-up helmet, so it is, cheaper than the Marvel Legend helmets that have, like, electronics in them. So I thought that was pretty nice. Personally, I do like the White Ranger, but I'm not planning to get this helmet. If they made a Mighty Morphin Black, I'd definitely be paying attention. There's a few helmets I would buy, for sure. But I'm just excited to see so many Lightning Collection figures come out in the first year. You have Golden, like Tommy's Legacy Golden Morpher and Saba. I love Legacy Saba so much. Like, out of all the things I think Bandai of America did, two of my favorites are the Gold Zeo staff, which is just amazing and beautiful. But then the Saba with the talking feature of the actual synced movements with the mouth, absolutely fantastic. I really did. I really love that thing. It's nicely displayed in my house. I don't have batteries in it just because I don't want the batteries to corrode, but I also have like a way I can put batteries in it without taking it off the wall. Because that talking feature is beautiful. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a Power Ranger toy. Oh yeah, I never got the Power Sword. I never found it. I did not order it. I thought about it, but I didn't have the space, and I didn't really have the money at the time. And as much as I liked the Power Sword, I was like, nah, I don't need that one as much. Same with the Blade Blaster. Like it never worked out for me to get the Blade Blaster. But I did jump on the Power Staff like as soon as it was coming out. I was like, oh, I need that Power Staff. I didn't get the Legacy Xeonites because I didn't like the way they did the sound effects I had in the original, so just decided, yeah, the original's good enough. Our Draken's being so difficult right now. That's also because I'm unfamiliar with two of my three party members. There we go. Oh, swap straight Magna mid-swap. First time you saw Legacy Power Sword at Power Morphicon 2016? That's awesome. I really like Power Morphicon 2018 a whole lot. That was an exciting, fun thing. Yeah, get wrecked, Drac. Yeah, I'm hoping Hasbro does expand their roleplay line beyond helmets, because I would like to see more weapons. If they gave me a 1-to-1 scale Magna Defender sword, I'd probably start crying. Just because that's one of my wish list items. You know, Japan does a Bull Black sword for Bull Riot. For Gingaman, for Artisan, I no matter who makes it, I just want like a full scale one that can convert to the gun mode and has like those sound and stuff. That would be amazing. Because, you know, Magna Defender is amazing. No one could tell I'm a Magna Defender fan by the fact that I'm playing as him. As always.
Who's next?
Very grateful for all the love the Magna Defender's been getting lately. It seems like he was a character that Spawn never wanted to do anything with, so.
You have been warned.
Orville, you got an autograph from Dwayne Cameron. That's awesome. I've gotten several Power Rangers actors autographs before. I think some of my favorite ones was when I met the 3 Sentai actors as of Morphicon 2018. Those were like my favorite autographs, I think, that I ever got. I met Austin St. John once, and everyone was getting Red Ranger stuff signed, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get a Gold Ranger picture. I'm really glad I did. That was pretty great. So that should complete, True Rangers have courage, wisdom, and heart. You have none of these. Very clever, Trey. Just talking about yourself. So that was arcade mode for Trey. So that was good. I think we should go ahead and try online. Online might not be working based on Sony's discretion, but we'll give it a shot for a couple minutes. Which will give me a break. Orville, you will not meet Samuel Benta. Neither will I. I have no desire to ever meet him. And I think no convention wants to bring him either, so there's that. I think I unlocked new titles, but probably for character. Yeah, there's one that's gold for the gold. Comics, MMPR. Why is he under MMPR? He's a Zeo character. Why are Trey's Trey's title should not be under him in PR. That's definitely something to fix. Comics, all generic character. Yeah. Alright, that's something to fix. Let's see. Let's go try ranked. Throw in Trey, because I definitely like him. I don't like that color 2 scheme. Let's bring in Udana. And Magna. Let's see if we get anything. Orville says, I think he's the worst Black Ranger in Power Rangers history. I think, for me as a character, I don't really care either way, because it wasn't that interesting to me. And as an actor, though, I think that, I don't know, his actor did a lot of really bad stuff, so that's that. Hi, Nickster891. Welcome to the chats. Oh, look, we actually got a match to load. Awesome. That's fantastic. So, let's see. Okay, I got defaulted to color 2 on Zeo Gold. That's fine.
Time for it.
How about I even up the score?
Yes, Orville, I do remember how he stole from charity and didn't feel sorry about it or apologized or anything. Basically, the story there is that Samuel Benta, who played Overdrive Black Ranger, ended up taking a banner that was signed by all the castmates that was auctioned off to charity and was, done for charity purposes. And, yeah, and then didn't apologize or return it or anything. He just stole from a charity and apparently did not care. I'm losing badly. That's what's going on right now. Talk about Ranger actors. Whoever Drixon is, you're really good. Let's see if I can turn things around.
Hold it right there.
Okay, well,
Fire.
that's probably it, Brood. Oh, no, he's still alive, okay. Let's see if I can... Playing a lot of trades so far, so let's see if I can...
Time for a toothbrush.
Oh.
Engage.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this one, guys. Alright, Orville, you love Megaforce. Let me ask you a good question. What do you love about Megaforce? Like, what makes it one of your top 10 series? That's something that, for me, Megaforce is kind of one of those seasons that's here or there for me.
Right there.
But I really love to know, like, what you love about it so much.
Fire.
Alright, well, I definitely lost to Drengsen. You are a great player. Congratulations. That was a really good match.
Your time is up.
Definitely need to learn more of Jen, for sure, so I can learn how to counter her better. So let's edit my team before we go back into another match. Let's actually take and start off with something different. Let's try Jason, Trey, and yeah, let's take Jen and see what I can do there. Let's see what we get. Jake's your #1 Black Ranger? Awesome. I think Jake was one of the highlights of the season. Him and Gia, I thought, were probably the strongest characters of Megaforce as a whole. Gia was definitely my favorite Ranger that season. That's the thing, despite any seasons that are out there, I always end up finding something I like about each of them, or some character or something along those lines. I find that, I can find the bright spot in any Power Ranger season, where some people just kind of focus on the negatives of things. I can focus a lot. Wow, I'm losing horribly right now. Yeah, Smitten Kitten 95, you are no joke.
Let's take it up a notch. Not gonna happen. Hold it right there.
Oof. Devastating. I think Jen's blade toss is one of the strongest, farthest reaching moves in the game. This is not going to be well at all. Let's see if I can make up some distance here. Oh, great. Okay, super. Having a Zord does not make you invincible to a super.
We've got to work together.
At least get one character. No. Wow. There are some good players out there. I'm really happy that this game has gotten to a higher level of player base, because there was a time period where I felt like I was the best player in the lobbies most of the time. So, yeah, I think we're gonna probably, let's see, I want to edit my team. I'm still kind of getting used to try to figure out where to put Trey and Jen in my teams. See, Nixter, yeah, that was not me winning. That was the other guy. Or other person. I don't know genders of these people online because they're just names. So I just gotta go with names. Orville says, can't tell if I like MPR Green's helmet with the silver stripe. I don't mind it that much. I think it's kind of cool that there's a variation out there of it. The silver kind of matches the silver of the dino teeth around the helmet, but I think it would look better in gold because then it would accent well with the armbands and the shield that way. So that's kind of like my thoughts there. Obviously I like it enough to pre-order the 2-pack right away. So I've already pre-ordered the 2-pack for Lightning Collection, and I'm glad they're doing it because we're most certainly getting a normal Green Ranger down the road, and this is kind of a way to get a second variation out kind of ahead of time, which is kind of nice. Because I think a normal MMPR Green is going to be just in a normal wave. So getting a exclusive 2-pack that's just going out to like online retailers and GameStops and stuff, that kind of like opens up the possibilities. That way we can get a Green Ranger a little bit sooner in the line without having to re-release the same exact figure later on. I think there's going to be some cool variation there, which is super awesome. Still not sure. Let's see, still waiting
SPD?
for
Ranger.
the SDCC 2-pack to be open Hasbro Pulse, which is not happening until the end of August, according to the website. So, let's see. All right, I have been able to defeat so many cats before. Let's see if I can defeat Cat Ranger. I like that charging lightning with the stun ability. That's probably one of my favorite moves in the game. This game's gotten a lot more balanced, too. It's not so easy to tell who's going to be a winner based on their team. I think it's more about getting 3 characters that you are good with that fit in a nice balance in order to be able to, find something. Oh, already lost Trey. All's not lost yet. See, Orville wants them Hasbro to make Turbo. They probably will. It's a matter. Oh, I actually caught Draken. It's a matter of time, really. I think that while they're not like immediately saying like, oh, we're doing every single Ranger, there's got to be at least one Turbo Ranger that's considered like enough of a fan favorite. I know like we might get Phantom Ranger, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's something cool. Nixter, you want Tokyo in the US? I've had this discussion with a few people about Tokyo working as like a series for the Play School line, in sort of a way that like Rescue Bots has done, where it's like a really well written series, but it's toy lines more preschool line. Because I think trains in general just aren't like super popular with with older kids here, they're more popular with younger kids than the Thomas and Tank Engine demographic. So that'd be kind of interesting. If they make turbo suits, they have to make suits in turbo blue. Yeah, I could see that. I think what they'll probably end up doing is doing just the adult size one. I don't know how they're going to handle that yet. That's probably why I think Justin's a little far out on the line, if I were to say. Because there's some of these things that, you know, it's like not immediately obvious. Oh, that twisted. And I'm not saying that adults can't like trains. I'm just saying in general demographics, with kids, trains are not as popular with the 7 to 12-year-old crowd that Power Rangers usually aims at, and it's more popular with the, you know, 3 to 6-year-old crowd. If that makes any sense. That team did not work out very well, by the way. They don't complement each other very well. Justin being a kid, so it's like, you know, unhelmeted, he's not going to have the adult body, so it would look really weird. It also would be weird if they made like a adult Justin head. I mean, they certainly could. I don't see why not, but, you know, adult Justin head on an adult Justin body would be kind of interesting. I don't think I'd be totally overall. But who knows? We'll see what they do when they get there. It may just be like a 2-pack. Can't predict the future entirely, but we'll see what happens. This is good. This is pretty good. We're getting like a lot of consistent matches today, as opposed to the past. And looks like we're fighting Zuki Fire 9 again. Awesome. Nice little rematch. I've shuffled my team, so hopefully I've made myself a little bit more unpredictable.
Time for it.
This thing in fighting games, good to have that. What do you think of the lineup returning Rangers to next year's team up? I'm not exactly sure how many of those are Rangers and how many of those are, you know, suits. I'm definitely happy to see Austin St. John back as Jason, because I feel like he hasn't gotten the recognition that Tommy has in the recent era. He hasn't come back. He hasn't been able to come back since Forever Red, so it's pretty nice that that's happening. It's nice, you know. It's also, I think, very appropriate that he had a 2-pack of Jason from Hasbro at Comic-Con, and then they announced Comic-Con was returning. So I'm very much looking forward to that crossover. That'll be fun. If they actually have later, if they have everybody in those suits come back, that'd be fantastic. But I want to make sure, you know, I'm not sure exactly the logistics of some of them, but, you know, I think Mighty Morphin Pink was one of the suits that was there, which I could totally see being, you know, Kat instead of Kim, just because I know Amy Jo Johnson hasn't shown any desire to come back, but, you know, Catherine Sutherland has come back, which mentioned the Rangers, so we got that going on. So we'll see what happens. It'd be nice to see David Yost back as Billy, considering all that happened with his leaving. It'd be nice to see some goodwill between, you know, Hasbro and him, but again, we'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal more sporadically. I don't think they're going to announce it all at once. Kind of build the hype train a bit. Orville, I agree. Someone should make custom heads for the Lightning Collection. You know, there's a lot of companies that make custom heads for Marvel Legends. And, yeah, there's groups that do it. I definitely could see it happening with Sentai. It'd be tricky, just because digital face printing tech is pretty much like an industry kind of thing, more so than a custom company thing, but I'm sure they could do something. The trick, I think, with the Lightning Collection, too, is I'm very curious how they're going to handle characters like Mighty Morphin Yellow, Time Force Yellow, where there's like the gender swap going on between Sentai footage and US footage. Like, is it just going to be a full, like, you know, luckily we don't have like the Bandai of America style of, you know, crazy muscles to deal with, but it's still like, you know, where's going to be the medium and sculpting to figure out how it's going to be portrayed. My guess is probably they're probably going to do more female-oriented bodies, but with, you know, so it's like more like a kind of like some of the suit footage, I think, for like Maya in particular from Lost Galaxy. Like, she had, you know, it was still the male costume, so it didn't have the skirt, but it still had a more of a female figure, but it wasn't too feminine to where it was like distinctively female, so it wouldn't line up with the Sentai footage, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking that's probably the direction they're going with in terms of lightning, but again, don't know until it happens. MMPR, pink, yellow, red, black, Turbo Rangers, Lost Galaxy pink. So with MMPR pink, since she's actually in wave 2,
SPD?
she's coming with a Kimberly head, presumably because they're going to include a cat head with Zeo pink. So you don't really need to, you can just, you know, swap the head over from Zeo to MMPR. They said they don't want to make people buy the same exact figure multiple times just for a head swap. So that's like a good sign for variety. There could be things like, you know, the multi-pack option where it's like, oh hey, here's a variation of something like that. The other MMPR Rangers, I think the one that's most difficult is going to be MMPR Yellow, since both Aisha and Trini were both only MMPR Yellow, and like Aisha didn't transfer over to Zeo, so you can't really include her head with Zeo. So maybe they'll do something like, you know, maybe the Dragon Armor Trini, as featured in this game and in the comics, could come with the Trini head, and then a regular yellow could come with Aisha or something like that. I don't know exactly. I'm pretty sure Hasbro's not going to be including multiple digital face photoreal heads with every figure. Like, I think doing 2 of those at once is just not going to... I don't think it's going to work as well for them budgeting-wise. So, you know, multiple heads of the same character, like more than just one alternate head for a Ranger. We'll see if that happens. Maybe it happens later down the line, too. That's always something that could come up later on. But, yeah, Lost Galaxy Pink and MMPR Yellow are the ones I'm not exactly sure on. Because the other Rangers have alternates in some way. I think 2 heads of Lost Galaxy Pink is probably going to be like the one exception to the rule. And same with MMPR Yellow. I think the 2 of them are going to be like they come with 2 civilian heads because there's really no second option. I think for Lost Galaxy, if they really wanted to, they could do a clear variant of Lost Galaxy Pink, which would then allow them to... because if they did a clear variant of it, then it could be like Ghost Kendricks. And then that way they could do, yeah, if they did like a Ghost Kendricks thing, then they could come with a normal Kendricks head that you can put on the other body.
Better luck next time.
The mixed gold and silver lightning, that would be really cool. I definitely say with like Hasbro, a lot of the stuff they say with Marvel Legends too is nothing is off the table because the table's too big. And I think that as long as it's reasonable for a retail release or something that is definitely going to make them money, then we're going to probably get it. It's just a matter of time. Oh good, rematch, because I almost got him this time. I almost got Zuki Fire 9, real close to getting him, but didn't quite win this one, so I'm gonna try it again.
SPD?
It's kind of nice that like right now I'm just getting to rematch the same person, so I can learn the playstyle that way. It'd be kind of interesting if they did Super Mega Force Silver with the gold mode, like as an add-on piece, instead of like making specifically a figure that's just Super Mega Gold. Like that's my wish. I know Battleizers can be tricky, and they may have to do like deluxe pricing for them if they actually do them. But I think it all depends on how the line continues to sell. Like, is it going to be like a hot-selling line, get more figures out, and they're just going to push it farther, or is it going to be like a lower selling, and so they keep making them, but they don't do crazy stuff as much. We'll see. I think they're still experimenting with Power Rangers brand availability, and kind of building it up from where Bandai and Spawn had left off. What I want to see Hasbro do as a series like the Beast Morphers? Well, saying that if Beast Morphers is a success and the toys sell really well, I would really love it to see Hasbro do something new. I know, like, it's in the DNA of the show that we have, like, Sentai footage and it's based on a Sentai, right? But I would love it if Hasbro's like, well, we already did, like, so much new footage from Beast Morphers. The show's doing well, the toys are selling well, we don't have to pay any licensing fees because we own, both the toys and the show. Let's cut out the licensing fees we have to pay to Toei and let's just do our own thing. That would be really awesome. I really think that would be something amazing. If we did get like a completely new series that's just Hasbro made, more tailored to the market they're selling in. I would really love that. But they also got like a few more Sentai that can adapt for sure. Try to beat this guy real quick. Let's go. Focus. Oh, so close. Also want Dino Thunder White because he's my favorite 6th Ranger. Yeah, I really like Dino Thunder White. He's in the Play School line already, which is pretty cool.
Cat Ranger
The one thing I do hope we get with this line is, yes, the 6th Rangers are like the coolest Rangers a lot of times. So while I want more 6th Rangers, I do really think that I would appreciate if they held off on a few and we get some other colored Rangers. Like, we don't have any blue Rangers or yellow Rangers right now, so I'm hoping Wave 3 is like blue and yellow. Because we have a lot of red, a lot of 6th, and we have mostly male Rangers. We only have 1 female so far. So I'm hoping that, you know, next wave we're going to just start getting some more female Rangers and some other colors. It's overall, the colors are looking around the same overall. Yeah, technically he is the 5th Ranger of Dino Thunder, but he's technically a 6th just because he's more like, this is why I don't like using the phrase 6th Rangers as much as extra Rangers or additional Rangers. I kind of like additional Rangers, that's just like my personal term. Just like Rangers that are added to the team after the initial forming of the team. And so, like, you know, he's like an additional, but the thing is, he has all the 6 Ranger qualities. He's added to a 4-person team, essentially. That was what makes him different. Fun fact, cat actress from SPD is in Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Yes, she is. A lot of the New Zealand, Australian actors that worked in the Disney era actually transferred over. Like, for example, who was it? Mara from Ninja Storm became Cassidy in... No, it was Free in Ninja Storm became Cassidy in Dino Thunder. They even, during their crossover, they had a fun little moment. But, yeah, it's kind of cool when you crack Ranger actors like that. Like the fact that, you know, RPM Red's father was James Galen, who also voiced Zeltrax, and then also he's been in a lot of movies. Like one of the only things I remember out watching Avatar was like, hey, why is the commander of RPM? Not RPM, but you know what I mean. Yes, she was Master the Penguin Master. A few of the Masters are actually also like former Ranger actors. It's kind of fun. Like, you can kind of play Spot the actor with a lot of the Disney seasons, which is super fun. Also, to that extent, you can also play Spot the actor with, you know, recently with other shows. It's always fun, like, finding the consistencies. I love it when it's like we have like main characters that are brought back, so it's not just some of that. Well, the thing was that, like, she had short hair and the cat makeup in SPD, and then in Jungle Fury she had just long hair. So she does look completely different. She also didn't have the contact lenses and everything. Like, hair and makeup department on the Disney seasons, they don't get enough credit. They really don't. Like, they really did some fantastic work. I'm still impressed with the makeup job on Flurious. It looks so natural for the actor, despite being, like, heavy prosthetic.
Dragon Sword.
Yeah, Super Sentai also reuses a ton of actors all the time, like, from not only Sentai, but also Kamen Rider. For example, Tiramigo is voiced by Shadow Moon from Kamen Rider Black. Man, I've not had a single win in online ranked match today. That's pretty awesome. I do appreciate the game's evolving to this point. I haven't been playing in a while, so it's kind of nice to get back in it and have some challenges and some stuff to learn. Plus, you don't actually go down in rank just by losing matches. That's pretty nice. I'm going to switch teams and go to like my old favorite team, the guys with the swords. Let's see if I can do at least one more win. Probably going to wrap up the stream here in a few minutes. I want to do like 1 or 2 more matches. Just to do that. Yeah, Battle Kenya, Denji Blue. Also, Ao Ranger is also Big One. Also, the commander from O Ranger, as well as being Kamen Rider V3 and Kaiketsu Zubat. So, you know, guy's in a lot of stuff. Dear Amigo, I like the line when you reveal he can't speak Japanese. He can talk. He must have learned it from TV. Yeah. I find it really funny he just like learned from watching TV.
You have no idea what
yeah,
I'm
TV does teach you things. I've learned a lot of Japanese from Japanese television.
You have no idea what I'm fighting for.
Oh boy, Magna Defender fight.
2, 1.
I'm pretending that I'm playing as original Magna Defender, and this guy's playing as Mike. I'm playing as original Magna Defender because I'm wearing the blood of my enemies. Yes, the commander from O Ranger is Kamen Rider V3, also Kaiketsu Zubat from another Toei show, and also Ao Ranger from Go Ranger and Big One from Jaka. Fun fact, Big One is actually the first added Ranger to a Sentai. Jaka is a 4-person team, and Big One shows up in episode 23 of 35, I think, of Jaka, so he's not in it as much. They kind of, a lot of what Toei's done lately is advertise Jaka as a 5-person team, especially with Yokai. So I find it very fun to kind of watch and look back. Same with Live Man. Like Live Man and Jaka tend to get promoted as being 5-people teams, but Live Man's a 3-person team that got 2 extra Rangers like 30 episodes in, and then also like. Yeah, Jaka's a 4-person team. Stuff like that. Things that are forgotten to time. Like Jaka, as you know, it may or may not know, Jaka stands for Jack, Ace, King, Queen, which are the 4 playing card suits that the Jaka team members are based on, which makes Big One not a Jaka. He is a extra Ranger. Not to mention the fact that he doesn't appear till way late in the show. He was brought in to boost ratings because apparently Jaka was too depressing for people in Japan. Having watching Jaka now, yeah, it's a little too depressing in general, but...
You cost me valuable time.
You had no chance.
Goldar says they have no chance, but I really have no chance. I'm not sure I'm going to pull this one around.
Lights of Orion!
Stop shouting Lights of Orion. You never use that. Yes, they did reuse a lot of Sentai actors and Hurricane as part of Shurikenger's disguises. I think one of them was Big One. I haven't watched Hurricane, so I don't know exactly. At least if I must die, it's by another Magna Defender. Wow, I'm really not doing good today. I definitely need to go back into training. Either that or the players playing are really good, and I think they really are. Because I'm in the Platinum League, so that's, you know, that's higher level play right there. So yeah, I'm down to Platinum rank 5. Alright, we're gonna leave that. Yes, they did use Sushi Ranger's actor. Ooh, profile. Let's see. What new titles do we have today? New, Quick as Lightning. That one's pretty cool. I'm actually going to set that one. So really fun stuff. I do really like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I'm glad we have new characters. I don't really feel like continuing this too much longer, just because I'm not on a win streak, so I imagine it's going to get a little dull. But I'm definitely going to probably stream in the future, especially when Lord Zed gets released, and maybe set some stuff up with a few of my friends, because now we do have friend lobbies, so we could do some cool stuff like that. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, stay tuned for future Power Rangers videos and more. Until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.